Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for joining the Papa Joe Show, where Papa Joe knows. I am your host, Papa Joe, and Merry Christmas to you all. So today, they're going to be a little bit of a lighter show as we're coming into Christmas holiday here, the break, whatever you want to call it, the time we have set aside to celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ and coming into the world and saving our sins. And quite honestly, it's going to be a interesting time for a lot of people. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world taking place, a lot of things like that going on. So it will be a time that we get to spend with our family, our friends, reflect on what happened this year. I'm going to be having conversations with people around cryptocurrency, around the dinner table, and stuff like that. I know you guys are as well. You all are as well, excuse me. So I just wanted to come on here today, just kind of talk through a couple different things. Like I said, it's probably going to be a lighter show, maybe even a shorter show today. I don't know. We'll see. Just wanted to kind of focus on a couple things, but yeah. So a couple things here. First things first, do me a favor, like, subscribe, especially subscribe. Help me grow the channel. Help it grow larger than I have it now. The more that I have in here, the more this content can get out to more people. That's really all I really care about. Like those of you who follow me know and understand that I have more experience around technology and cryptocurrency and blockchain technology and everything in general around those types of subjects. So I have, yeah, there's a lot of stuff jumping around in my head, so I just kind of try and get it out there for you guys. Need to share the information, share the knowledge, share whatever you want to call it. So, yes, yeah, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share. If you're popping in here on the live chat, pop in and say, hey, Merry Christmas, whatever. And I got Crypto Sherpa here. Good morning, my friend. Good morning. Merry Christmas to you. You guys are always great for popping in and joining. I know people are with friends and family already, so not too worried about that. So we will have a fun time going over a couple key data points that I kind of wanted to cover today. A lot of it's going to be focused on Polygon, or Matic is the ticker. The reason being is because, they're doing some really cool stuff. They had all-time highs yesterday, and they're continuing to make all-time highs today. But first, I wanted to talk about a couple of other little things. And first, well, if it'll let me pop it over here. There we go. Sharing a screen on YouTube here live. Those of you who are watching on Twitter, you as well can see this on TikTok. TikTok has not given me permission to stream from my computer yet, so I have a very difficult time from doing two different systems at the same time. So if you guys want to see what I'm looking at on TikTok here, pop over to YouTube. It's the Papa Joe Show. And you can see the articles I'm sharing. Otherwise, I will talk through what we're talking through here and have some fun with it. So, a key inflation measure just hit nearly 4-decade high. So, the key measure for inflation rose 5.7% in the last 12 months, ending in November. The Bureau of Economic Analysis said on Thursday it was the fastest increase in consumer spending price. So, the CSPI, the index, since July 1982. Now that's a big deal. So economists multiple inflation gauges each, or they didn't quite say that right. Whatever. Basically, they're saying they gauge different inflation measures or metrics each month. But the so-called PCE, I guess is what that is. Inflation is a Federal Reserve preferred measurement and informs these central bank policy decisions. Stripped out of energy, strip out energy and food prices, both of which jumped over the period. So they've jumped a lot. The price index advanced 4.7%. That's a lot. That's more than September. That's the biggest increase in September of 1983. Okay, just throwing it out for you all. We are coming into a nasty, nasty crash. It's not going to be fun. We're going to have a major problem come here, I think, very early next year. They've been trying to hold the economy up for 1 year, but they can't. If we make it through the end of the year without something totally crashing, we're going to have some problems. And as I talked about, the Federal Reserve is going to stop doing their quantitative easing, the QE stuff that they've been doing. They're going to drop that by March. They're going to have it all down to nothing. They're saying they're not going to be propping up the economy anymore. Basically, they've been doing all kinds of spending, buying bonds. Then you got Evergrande's, the bonds. They're not paying those up. It's going to be very, very difficult whenever that takes place. It'll be very, very difficult whenever they decide to stop, which they already have. When they actually start pulling money out, which they're going to, the market's going to collapse. Good morning, John Easterday. Thank you. Love having you here. Appreciate it very much. Merry Christmas to you. Good morning, Steve. Thank you, sir, for popping in. Those of you who are live on YouTube, I have a live chat running. It's that was weird. My entire screen just jumped. So if you guys are in here, it looks like I had a glitch there. Well then, anyways, so I wanted to move on to something very interesting I found. And this is probably, it might be controversial for some of my followers, and it might not be for others. So here's the thing. When it comes to cryptocurrency and blockchain technology, I like to look at everything. I like to look at what everyone is saying. I like to pay attention to what is taking place from everyone. And even when people that some of us know and love tremendously, and we think things are a certain way and they're not, just be mindful of that the response I'm about to show you is very, very possibly very, very unlikely any necessary nefarious ways, but it's most likely going to be just a simple lack of education. And you'll see and feel the same that I have with it, that it is a lack of education. So let's pop over here. So I think it's a very dangerous thing. Trump trashes cryptocurrency and says he favors a strong US dollar. Now, this is coming from somebody who's spent the majority of his life and the career in every way in the stock market. This is coming from somebody who has made a lot of their money doing things differently with the US dollar. I get that. That's fine. But here's the problem with what he's saying. This is why I'm pointing this out here. Former President Donald Trump isn't buying into the hype surrounding cryptocurrencies, according to Fox News interview. That's his prerogative, whatever. I want a currency called the dollar. I want to have all of these other, I don't want to have all these others, Trump said. Well, he doesn't have a choice because it's not something he can control. Even if he is the president of the United States, they can't stop this. They can't actually outlaw it. They can try, but that's not going to stop it because it has this little thing called blockchain technology. The funny thing is, and this is why I'm saying it's an educational thing, all right? I think if somebody had the chance, if I ever got the opportunity to meet him and educate him on what this is and really teach him what it was, he'd probably change his mind a little bit. And here's why I say that. Because these comments, it says right here, come after his wife Melania Trump announced plans to launch her own NFT. Okay, there's a disconnect. Someone in there understands this, but he doesn't seem to understand it. And that's fine. So he's not a fan of cryptocurrencies. I don't care. He's not a fan of a lot of things. He's not God. He's not perfect. I don't really think that his perspective or his knowledge, if you will, I don't think his perspective on cryptocurrency is educated. And I think that it's very narrow-minded. And the fact that he's coming out and saying this like he is and his wife is doing something with blockchain technology, I don't think he understands how this works. So I would love for someone to be able to educate him appropriately and give him a real education around what blockchain technology does and how cryptocurrency uses it. Blockchain technology has been around for a while. Bitcoin was the first use case to us successfully use that technology. Now, you're going to maybe do a digital dollar? I don't care. The thing is that they can't actually, I keep saying this on the show, and I'm not going to stop saying this because it's the truth and people need to understand it and hear it. They can't stop blockchain technology. And if there's a monetary system running on the blockchain, they can't stop it. Just be mindful of people are going to trash it and tell you can't do it or tell you they don't like it. They want this dollar, blah, 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 blah. They want to control the monetary system. And he's literally telling you, I want a dollar. I want a strong dollar. It's fiat currency. Once the man understands how banking really works, Donald Trump, if you ever hear this, read the book called The Creature from Jekyll Island. And I highly recommend you talk to your friend Robert Kiyosaki. If you're going to sit here and you need to understand how blockchain works and how the monetary system actually in Bitcoin gives freedom to humanity. If you're all about freedom, if you want freedom for humanity, you wouldn't be against Bitcoin. You wouldn't be against cryptocurrencies. You wouldn't. If you understood how blockchain technology really worked, you wouldn't be against it. So, if you want to talk to somebody who's educated in this, who's also a technologist, who gets what's going on and is actually building some of this stuff, which I am doing, then I highly recommend you give me a call. Let's talk. Whatever. Or come to an event. I don't know, something. If you have the opportunity, I would love to teach you about this. Just because you were the president does not, or had been the president, doesn't give you any authority over that kind of stuff. And I know you know that. So let's learn something here and then move on from that. I don't necessarily care if you change your mind on it afterwards. You can do whatever you want. The thing is, though, you need to understand what you're saying because your wife gets it. I don't know why you don't. Anyways, I'm going to digress off of that and move on here. Just wanted to point out that he's still against it. And the fact that he's saying this after his wife comes out about blockchain and specifically NFTs, there's a disconnect. He doesn't get it. He's not not educated on it well enough to understand what that is. That or he's in the banker's pockets. I guess that's also a possibility, which would not be cool, but whatever. Anyways, I digress. They're all going to disappear from a monetary perspective anyways, as far as banking is concerned, because Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies in general are going to completely remove even the need for a bank. I mean, it already has. So, like I said, it might be controversial for you guys to hear what he has to say about this. But I really think it's just a lack of education, especially with his wife being in it the way she is too. So, but anyhow, I kind of talked on this next topic yesterday, I think it was. Uniswap comes to Polygon, sending Matic to a record high. Uniswap users voted to deploy exchanges smart contracts on Polygon. The reason being is because they wanted to, it's right now running on the Ethereum platform. They also wanted to launch the protocol on Polygon as well to help reduce transaction costs. So you're going to be able to use Uniswap and pay less fees to exchange your coins. Uniswap is a decentralized exchange, or a DEX, DEX. Basically, when you use a DEX, it's not technically a centralized location that anyone can just go and stop. It's a blockchain where you're trading on. Pretty cool. When Veritasium finishes out what they're doing and gets everything back in order, because they now have their patent on any and everything DeFi. Basically, in the patent, it talks about digital transfer of value, which means every banking system, every stock exchange globally will have to comply or pay them royalties. Yeah, get that one. It's pretty cool that they actually got that they actually got that done. Anyways, I digress there, but I wanted to just point that out for you all. Very, very cool stuff coming down the pipe. The fact that Polygon is being, or Uniswap is being built on Polygon or being used in Polygon is fantastically beautiful. Now, Polygon did say recently that they are building their own decentralized exchange. Beautiful stuff. So just pay attention to what Polygon can do. So here's one thing. Let's see here. Polygon has been doing the heavy lifting and bringing transaction fees down. The protocol sits atop Ethereum, but can connect to other blockchains as part of the multi-chain system. I actually thought that they launched their own blockchain. Pretty sure they did, actually. I need to go back and look at that. Pretty sure they launched their own blockchain. But anyways, whatever. Very, very cool stuff. So yesterday, Matic hit, let's see. Go away. They hit their a new all-time high. I want to say it was 269 or 270. I think it was, 270. So it hit an all-time high of 270 yesterday, which is, it's not going to hit the ticker there, but yeah. So pretty cool stuff. Here's a really neat thing here. Polygon Matic closing in price discovery. According to analysis, Benjamin Cohn, here's his timeline. He does really, really good charting, very, very good technical analysis. Highly recommend you give him a follow. So basically, once we hit, he's saying, where was it? The stupid number. I think it was like 273. Oh yeah, let's call it 279. Matic will get to price discovery mode. So y'all can't even see that. There we go. And not anything below it. I saw some people say that we are going to price discovery here now at 253, but you have to remember that back in May it went up to another all-time high. It's got to get above its all-time high, basically. So Matic actually went a bit higher. So here's his chart. So once it hits, he's calling. I can't get it to blow up. So it's going to hit right around 279 or so, and then it'll start hitting price discovery. So once that happens, it's very, very likely that we will see it jump several dollars at that point, I would say, just kind of like it did whenever it hit price discovery going before, when it went sub a penny up to about $1. And then once it went up to $1, we're going to see, I think you'll see it very, very easily hit, $3, $5, somewhere in that ballpark. Oh, here's his YouTube video. So it's on this actual article. So it's the Daily Holder. They actually did one around price discovery for Matic. I think, just because of the adoption and the things that they're building, the connections that they're doing, I think Matic or Polygon, I think that they will hit $5, $10 very, very, very easily. Just simply because they're really building something. They're really connecting pipelines and plumbing for other blockchains to communicate to other blockchains. They're the internet of the block. They're like the internet for blockchains. So internet connects computers together. Well, Polygon connects blockchains together. That's kind of the way I look at Polygon. Just from a very high level technical. They do a lot of other stuff too, right? They've got the gaming and the trading and the exchanges and the NFTs and stuff like that. They are literally kind of turning into that end all be all for crypto. Then I think they've leapfrogged or are leapfrogging. That's a technical term, by the way, leapfrogging. It really is, actually. So from a software perspective, when technology leapfrogs another technology, literally you have a technology that's sitting there that like maybe just came out, just showed up on the scene, and then some other technological advancement happens that completely negates the need for that technology. So I kind of wonder if that's what's going to be taking place here with Polygon, and then not too far future. So I think they're doing some really amazing things. I think that we're going to see it hit price discovery again here not too far from now. And I think when that happens, you're going to see it run a couple dollars, then maybe pull back a little bit, because, well, people like to have their gains and whatnot and all that fun stuff. So from my perspective, I think we'll hit $5 to $10. I don't know when, maybe this next year. If that happens, I mean, that's pretty cool stuff. I've talked about Polygon because it's not just a really cool, amazing project. They're doing really cool stuff, but you can also build a residual income with it. And I've considered reaching out to Robert Kiyosaki and see if he wanted to come on the show and just kind of talk about it and how you can do residual income with cryptos, because he's really big on residual income with rental properties. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's really cool that you can do that with cryptos as well. So anyways, show notes for what's tomorrow's Christmas Eve. I may do a recorded show for you all and let it run. But I will not be doing a Patreon show today or tomorrow. So for those of you who are new, I do run a Patreon show every afternoon at 4:30 p.m. And it's scrolling on the bottom of the screen here on YouTube and Twitter. And it is linked in the description of the video on YouTube. So if you want to join that, it's $5. I do talk about how to do residual income stuff with cryptocurrencies, talk about the history of banking, talk about the hunger disease that's hit the world and the requirement for everyone to eat cookies, things like that. I talk about those kinds of things. It's an unfiltered time with Papa Joe. And as these shows grow, I will start to do interviews, trying to line up a few interviews for after the beginning of the year, and just kind of see where things go from there. I really want to grow the show and the channel here. And the reason I want to grow it is because this information, this type of perspective, I feel like is valuable to people. The reason I feel like it's valuable to people is because realistically, I wouldn't take the time to put it out there if I didn't think it was worth it, because time is the only asset you can't make more of. And the fact that I'm putting time into this means it's valuable to me. So hopefully it's valuable to everyone and in the channel here who subscribed. I love each and every one of you. I really do appreciate all that you're doing for me and being here and being part of the conversation in the live chat. You guys have so much fun talking to each other. I love watching you guys have a conversation while we're talking here, and then bring you into the conversation that I'm having, or the discussion points here that we're talking about. So it's usually a lot of fun. Really do appreciate it. So with that, you guys have a wonderful and Merry Christmas. And I will, like I said, I'll record something for tomorrow, but I will not be doing regular live shows until after Christmas. So you all have a wonderful and Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.